And I think we're live. Okay, good. So we are about to start Barkingham Palace. So why even bother waiting? Let's just go straight in. So yeah, this is Barkingham Palace. This is the place where you get access to your level 45 gear. And I am going to go into it effectively blind, as I have not pulled up a guide for it yet. So we're just gonna have to see this as we go. Yeah, so the idea here is we're going to be going through here. And while we build up to that, while we finish this one, after that's done, we're going to head right back to Grizzleheim and finish...
You aren't supposed to be here.
You there! It's too dangerous! Get out while you still can!
That was a bit awkward. It waited until we were already well into the room before it started the dialogue. Normally it would start immediately. But yeah. Going to do this, and then immediately afterwards, we're going to head straight back to Grizzleheim and finish up the Vigrid Roughland. And that's the general plan for tonight. Just going to finish up the last dungeon sections that we have of Arc 1, and then we're going to focus... Okay, hopefully they don't put up any elemental shields, because that would be bad. But yes, once that's said and done, we will have all of the extra side content except for Grizzleheim done. So the next stream we do of this, we'll just be able to finish it. And there it is. Okay. Well, that's not good. But like I was saying, when all is said and done, we will be able to just finish Grizzleheim next stream, and then next week we'll be on to Arc 2, which will be very exciting. At least I hope so. You know, Celestia feels like it might be a bit of a drag, mostly because of all of the balance enemies I was mentioning before. Which I had a particular issue dealing with whenever I was going through it on my first attempt on a bounce before. But hopefully, with my improved preparation, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Because I didn't have my AoE Hydra back then, so who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Okay, nice. Oh, we did the maximum amount of damage, but we'll still have to use a judgment on this guy, or something. Yeah, I think a judgment with a balance blade should be enough. Assuming it has like 80% resist. Yeah, I was kind of expecting to get a power prep there, so hopefully this isn't too weak. Alright, he showed me his, so now I'm going to show him mine. What do we got? Nice, 396. Easy.
I've been batty-fanged.
I think what I'll do is I'll just look up the bosses individually, rather than try to look up an entire guide for this place, because I don't think there are any puzzles or anything.
You thrashed him thoroughly! I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't shown up. You're with Sherlock Bones, looking for the opera singer? I don't know if I would call her that. Burglar and sneak thief is more like it.
I think this might actually be my first time going through the entirety of this place. I think I've only ever done this first section of it. I believe there are actually 3 sections to it.
Her name is Cheshire, and she's after the Queen's jewels. Her entourage has mesmerized the yeoman while she loots the palace. If you hurry, you'll catch her. I'll make my way out and tell Sherlock you're on the case.
Sounds good.
The woman said any rat who's found the Queen's jewels will be rewarded handsomely. So keep searching. What's this? Boys, it's a mutton chapter. Bring out the knives.
I'd think that if they were trying to find the jewels for money, it was a competition sort of thing, that they wouldn't help each other out with this. Then again, what do I know? I'm not a thief. At least, not yet. Maybe someday. Not yet. Okay, what do we got? Guess I'll have to go for this. Yeah, I need to remove some cards from my deck. I'm not sure how many balance enemies there will be in here, so I haven't been able to make much adjustments in that regard. But hopefully not too much. Okay. Really didn't need all 3 blades. I probably should just discard it instead. Because Power Nova would one-shot them, I'm pretty sure anyways. Especially if we enchanted it beforehand. Speaking of, I actually went ahead and grabbed more monstrous TCs while I was at it. And I grabbed a whole bunch. Not too many, though. They're useful for pre-enchanting, especially later into the game if you want like to pre-enchant a 3-pip or 2-pip spell for extra damage.
We've been done in, boys. Tell the wizard that the woman is in the next room. And scatter!
Yep, so I picked up plenty more of these. They'll be helpful later, but objectively speaking, Gargantuan is a better one for the late game
Sherlock Bones sent
preparations.
you. Someone should put him on a leash. After I'm done with you, I just might. Get the wizard, boys, but be careful around the face.
What the woman wants, she gets.
Okay, so we're on to our first boss. Never know if these guys are gonna have cheats or not, so might as well look it up. Okay, yep, nothing. But he does have stuns, so that's kind of annoying. And Wild Bolt. Neat. No, but it does drop wooden skeleton keys, that's nice. Alright, so we'll take this out. And how much HP does he have? 4,160. Okay, so we're gonna need our feints for this. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad, but we'll use a potion. The woman's fist in the woman's right hand. Well, there's only so many hands you have, so I'm guessing she has to be, or he has to be the left one. Yeah, we're just gonna hit through the resist on this guy. Which is a little annoying, but, you know, it's not outside of my experience. So it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, what do we got? More balance buds, looks like. Okay, another feint. And then I believe an enchant will be able to hit. And that should kill. Yeah, I don't think the extra 20% will make that big of a difference. Especially on the bounce guy. Alright, cool. So we'll just enchant that. You know, it's interesting. I don't think I've had Power Nova fail a single time. Like, I've had Judgment fizzle a lot, but Power Nova has gone through every single time as far as I can tell. Which is weird when I think about it. Because they have the same accuracy. Oh wow, okay.
My face!
Ugh! This is not what the woman wanted!
That was more than I even expected. Okay. Well, cool. Good to know.
You want to stop me stealing the Queen's jewels and threatening her royal majesty? That's the most ridiculous slander I've ever heard. Who told you such a thing? Dr. Jackal? Why that shyster, that prevaricator, that imposter?
Sus.
I'm an artist, not a fighter. If I tell you what I know, will you tell Sherlock Bones to go easy on me? Good enough. Dr. Jackal hired me to gain him entrance to the palace, and to help him find the Queen's jewels. He's the one you want, not me. Dr. Jackal needs the Queen's jewels for some kind of alchemical process. He's using a mesmerizing automaton to hypnotize the yeoman. Jackal is probably in the main hall by now. You'll have to hurry back through the courtyard to catch him.
Okay, so we're already done with the first part, I guess. Interesting. You know, we'll pick up the wooden chest, why not? Yeah, only 82 gold. Not too big. Okay, so I don't think this guy dropped anything good. So, I don't actually know who does. I'm pretty sure it's scattered throughout, though. But if that's Dungeon 1, then I have no idea what could possibly be in Dungeon 2 or 3.
Dr. Jackal just filled me in on the sinister machinations of Catherine Cheshire. Did you arrest her? What's that? Dr. Jackal is the true mastermind behind this incident? I knew he was up to no good. And Miss Cheshire, you promised I'd go easy on her? We'll see about that.
Blast incarnation! Jackal played us like fools. He said he was off to find the Chief Whip to ask about the Queen.
Head into the main hall, find the Chief Whip, and help him arrest Dr. Jackal. We must ensure Her Majesty's person is safe.
I think we all know where this is going. It's gonna turn out Chief Whip is part of the conspiracy too. Not even from a spoiler perspective, although I do know about that. But also just because it's pretty obvious. That's how everything in Wizard101 works. Okay, looks like we didn't get any dialogue there in time. Yeah, I've been having weird issues where it's been lagging on me. Speaking of, I also never checked out why that follower notification didn't pop up. Maybe as simple as just resetting OBS, I have no idea. But that will take time to figure out, and so we'll check it out later. Alright, let's see. This is just basic enemy health. So we'll just balance blade twice and hit them. No big deal. Okay, nice. Easy peasy. Not a big deal to take these guys down.
We've been done in, lads. Send up a message to the Chief Whip in the gallery.
The gallery? Oh no. No, this isn't Chrysalis. But yes. It is kind of interesting though. They had really nice models. I wonder if those were imported
Who do
from...
you think you are? Dr. Jackal ordered me to keep this area clear of disturbances. Sherlock sent you. I never much cared for that busy beagle. I'll give you what for to take back to him.
Okay, Chief Whip. No idea about this guy either. So let's see. What's he got? He's a life enemy, so that should be annoying. Okay, 4,000 health. And he has cheats. And heals. Great. Fantastic. Okay, so whenever a wizard casts a damage spell, there's a chance that he will interrupt cast spirit armor on the target of the attack. So if multi-target damage spell chooses cheat, then spirit armor will be cast on whoever is in the first spot. Okay. Hits all enemies at the same time triggers his cheat, such as Climaclism, then spirit armor will be cast on Chief Whip. Hold the line. The first time that Bulldog Sergeant Major is defeated, Chief Whip will interrupt cast Rebirth and revive him. If Wizard casts a healing spell, then he'll interrupt cast Entangle. And whenever Bulldog Sergeant Major has enough pips, he will say this and use his turn to cast Donate Power. Okay, so looks like the biggest issue will be his spirit armors, more so than his heals. Although he apparently has a 0 pip rebirth, so I have no idea what's going to be able to... Guess we'll find out. Okay. So we have our feints, everything set up. Okay. Shouldn't be too bad. And if it is, then whatever. We'll figure it out as we go. Still, 2 feints, 2 blades. This will be over. Fast. Oh, okay. He cast Plague. Never mind. So that plus a weakness will make this take a little bit longer. Especially if it has a virulent plague or bad juju. That would be bad. Ooh, okay. So he also has that. And he isn't scared about using it. That's another weakness on top of that. Ah, okay. Well, this isn't as easy as I was hoping. Still, nothing intolerable. We'll just have to put up all 3 blades this time. And it should still do enough damage. After all, we overhit by 1,000 last time. Oh, okay. You can throw feints on me instead. That is certainly something. Still, again, you know, this is gonna go fine. I think. This shouldn't be too bad. This is still totally within what we can handle. While we're here, this is a good time to look up the drops. I'm not gonna grind this place, but this place does have some pretty good stuff, in my understanding. Like, genuinely good relative to the level you get it at. Or supposed to get it at. Level 40 and all that. Let's see what we got. Okay, no, it's just a regular guide, not a gear guide. Yeah, sorry I'm a little bit distracted. This is just something I do normally. Actually, now that I think about it, it's not a big deal. Okay, but yeah, for our balance character, we could still use some of this stuff. 10 universal plus 5 power pip chance on the helmet is really good. Yeah, so we took quite a bit of damage, but this should be it. And if it's not, then judgment immediately after should be no big deal. Oh, yep, it was. Nice. Just barely. Perfect.
You're too much for me, wizard. I must run back to Dr. Jackal with my tail between my legs.
Okay, so we've got the tier 3 ice amulet. We got the tier 3 boots.
Wizard, your spells have cleared my knackered head. Some foul golem hypnotized us with its noxious gas and forced us to obey. The Chief Whip is not a bad hound, but he received a double dose of the mesmerizing automaton's potent fumes. You'll have to defeat them both to break Dr. Jackal's hold on the mesmerized yeoman warders.
Okay, yeah, so what we just got was, in fact, the balance boots. Nice. Well, the tier 3 ones, they're not good, but they do work. Okay, so now there's 2 bosses. That's not especially good. This guy will probably have cheats of his own, so let's look those up. So it's Noxious Gas Golem. Okay. Noxious Gas Golem. Okay, so it does have some stuff. At the beginning of second round, 2 gas elementals will join the duel and become active during the 3rd round. At the beginning of the round, after one of the gas elementals reaches 50% health or lower. Okay, this is interesting. Okay. Alright, not too bad.
You're too late, wizard. Dr. Jackal has kidnapped the Queen. You'll never catch them before they reach the royal airship.
I have been instructed to mesmerize you, wizard. Prepare to be mesmerized. Mesmerizing commencing in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, yeah, so the biggest saving grace here is that this guy does not have much in the way of health. So one feint on each of them, plus all 3 blades, should hopefully kill them. The biggest concern is obviously going to be the fact that there are now 4 people in this fight. And this guy likes to cast spirit armors. And he also just threw up a bubble for damage. That's not. And Luminous Weaver means another weakness on top of us, which also stacks. So that's not good. But it's still totally within what we can handle, I think. Besides that, this will just be as simple as sitting back and waiting for the turns to pass, basically. So yeah, overall, I'd say this has a pretty good story, actually. You know, not the worst plot I've ever heard for a dungeon. Adapting Dr. Jekyll as an outright villain in this is actually kind of interesting. Because to my knowledge, he's not really a villain in his original one. He's more just so like a dude who just has really bad issues with when his anger comes out. Kind of like the Hulk, basically, but an earlier version. I guess you could say the Hulk is a later idea of the concept. Okay, so we're taking quite a bit of damage. That's not good. And if we don't get our blade up here, we're kind of screwed. Okay, nice. We're taking it. So I have to toss that, toss that, toss that, just to make sure we get our last blade in time. I'm gonna say we're gonna need all 3 blades in order for this to work. Especially with that Luminous Weaver weakness, because if they throw out another weakness that's minus 50, because they both stack, so that's not good. We cannot have that, no matter what. Okay, so we could get hit pretty hard here, and if we're not, we'll be hit even harder next turn, which is not good, for obvious reasons. And so they're kind of accumulating a lot of pips here. Not good. So I have no idea what has happened there. That was way more damage than I was expecting. So this is probably over. Because unless they fizzle, I am probably dead. Like, no matter what this guy casts, if he hits me, I'm dead. Okay, cool. I think we're good though. I think we won. Nice, and we didn't fizzle either. So this should be it. It was not. It was not even close. They needed 2 feints each. Well, this is over. And those minions are part of a cheat, so they'll just come back next time too. That's not good. But maybe, if we can hit the noxious gas golem. Nope, never mind. We should be dead. Just barely. Yep. Okay. Alright, so we need 2 of those for each of them. Especially if he hits me with a Luminous Weaver. So instead, we're gonna have to rethink our strategy here. First things first, though, we will head to Wizard City and get more potions. Okay, so what happened there? Well, the Luminous Weaver weakened us, but not to that significant of a degree. So, we're gonna need to double feint the Noxious Gas Golem for us to hit. And beyond that, I think throwing down double or fire shields could potentially help. They only hit with fire shields. Yeah, that 800 damage all at once is what really killed me there. I'm not sure how it managed to do that much. Yeah, so double feint the Noxious Gas Golem, because once Chief Whip is down, and once he's down, Chief Whip should be easy pickings. Forgotten Dark, hello, welcome. How are you doing tonight? I am attempting to finish up Barkingham Palace. Or, yeah, doing alright? Good to hear. We've already lost once, so about what I expected. Doing alright, let's say otherwise. These guys are rather tedious, but I'm figuring it out. After that, we'll head over to Grizzleheim, finish up another decent chunk of it, and then I think I'll actually do another Wizard101 stream this week, where we finish up the rest of the Arc 1 side content. Also just Grizzleheim, pretty much, and maybe something else if I'm missing it. And next week will be the start of Arc 2. Great. Luminous Weaver. Immediate weakness. Yeah, there's a lot to say all at once, but basically we're just gonna be chilling out here for a little bit while we try and beat these guys. So just sit back, relax, with a nice drink, some food or something. I don't know. Whatever you feel like during the holidays. And we'll just chat a little bit while this is playing out. Is that 2 dungeons for the 4 dungeons in Krakatopia? Not yet. If you're talking about the House of Scales, no. But I did do the Tomb of the Beguiler in an earlier stream. Okay, so we've already taken quite a bit of damage. That's the item card. Yep, okay, nice. House of Scales? Two dungeons for the 4 dungeons in Krakatopia. Harmony Dungeon. Okay, yeah, right, that one. Yeah. House of Scales as well, too. Yeah, we also did the Pagoda of Harmony and Hollow Mountain in an earlier episode as well. Yeah, I keep forgetting the names. Yeah, me too. Like, I keep forgetting it even exists. It is arguably worse. Okay, cool. There's our other feint. So we'll throw that down. The Noxious Golem is really the biggest threat here, so we need him gone. More than anything. Oh. Nice. They managed to throw down a prism with a death trap. Interesting. One of your friends sent you the 12 Vulture Horde packs quite a bit ago? Oh. I take it you got something good then? Based on the way you're saying it. You don't know if you got 2 gold keys from it or what? Because I don't remember getting gold and skeleton keys from Dark War. Did you open any of the holiday packs? Because I know those are the main ones that drop them. I don't think the Vulture Horde pack comes with them. If I remember correctly. But if you got like those free holiday crowns? No? Then I have no idea. It's possible. Yeah, to my knowledge, only the holiday packs drop the gold skeleton keys. Oh, wait. Is he gonna resurrect them? Oh, what? You open them, but then get keys from them. Yeah, you hate that dungeon? Yeah, I'm starting to hate it too. Okay, so it turns out that Chief Whip is actually the biggest issue here. Because he can apparently resurrect them somehow. Yeah, I hate it too. I'm starting to come around to it at least. Oh, he's using Sacrifice. That's why it did so much damage last time. Or whatever the fire version of it's called. It caused it to do way more damage than it should. Let's just throw up a oh great, it comes back with all of his pips too. I don't know for help for it, just make life easier for you, but I don't know. No, I'll pass. I've done everything else solo up until this point. It's more of a matter of time, really. It's not like I'm too big of a rush or anything. You know, after all, if this stream went by too quickly, then I'll just run out of things to do. Really. Huh, okay. Those guys really like that move. Funny thing is, you struggled with this, even my Myth Wizard was like level 50. Yeah, mine's level 52 and I'm still struggling. You know, I'm kind of curious. Oh, he's gonna throw a sheep. Well, let's see what this does. It'll probably cause it to fizzle. Yep, okay. Yeah, I'm level 52 and I'm struggling with it. Okay, so I went into this one throwing up double feints on the noxious gas golem, thinking that it would be the biggest threat. But turns out, no, if Chief Whip can revive them, then it doesn't matter. No matter who I kill, I have to kill him first things first. Draw, draw. Draw. There we go. I want to see if this kills him. And if it does, I wonder if he'll come back. Probably. Like, almost assuredly. He's a boss, so probably. Let's see. Let's do this. Oh, just barely under. Alright, what is this? Oh, okay. This is like a TC. Nice. Rarely ever get to see these animations. Well, that's neat. And that is the second loss here. Okay, so just kill Chief Whip, basically. Is the strategy here. And then finish off whatever HP the golem has left. We're learning as we go. Okay, no, so we're even going first. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna have to feint this guy. Yeah, I was thinking because of his cheats, the noxious gas golem would be worse. But yeah, resurrection is just too powerful. Well, anyways. Besides that, I actually did a little bit of off-screen grinding in the Skyrim playthrough, or on the save. Because I'm planning that to be tomorrow's stream, with the just chatting build up to Christmas streaming on the 23rd. That's just kind of what I've been up to today. Otherwise, I've been working on some small stuff in the meantime. But overall, because of that, I've been saying I'm having a pretty good time with it. You know, we're actually ready for getting the Mangekyo Sharingan for that next stream, so that'll be fun to show off. Is it weird that until the House of Scales, I found the first dungeon for both of the 4 dungeon badges harder than the second? Oh, so you mean like... Okay, so you found a Goat of Harmony harder than Hollow Mountain, and you found the first dungeon here harder than this one? Is that what you're saying? This dungeon you were fighting. Or you found this one harder than the House of Scales. I'm not entirely sure what you're saying with that. Or until House of Scales found the first dungeon for both 4 dungeon badges harder than the second. Yeah. Please. Sorry, it's maybe just me, but I'm not too familiar with the badges, so the accent is a little bit confusing to me. Okay, so I did understand you correctly. Yeah. The Pagoda of Harmony was harder than Hollow Mountain. I would say... And this fight you are doing now is harder than the next dungeon you have to do. I wouldn't know. I think this is actually the furthest I've ever gone in here because gear in here is pretty much unnecessary. But... I would argue that... Yeah, maybe depending on your school, I could see you having an easier time with Pagoda of Harmony or the alternative. Maybe. I could see that, yeah. Because I remember having some difficulty with it on my myth as well. But on my balance, I really cleaned out house there. But Hollow Mountain was a little bit more difficult because I was really stressing out about actually killing the boss there. And I have no idea what comes after this, so maybe. But I could potentially see that, yeah. I guess it really just depends on how much damage you can actually do against Master Tonkatsu. Because once you kill him, oh, that's it. Like, it's effortless past that point. You have another dungeon for after this for the badge? Yeah. I'm familiar with that it's 3 dungeons. I've just never actually gone through the whole thing, I don't think. I think the most I ever did was the first hall, and then I was like, yeah, you know, I'm reading these drops, and I'm like, I'm gonna get waterworks soon anyways. So I just left. And that was the only time I ever touched this place. You know, throw on our fire shield. Okay, so if we can actually manage to get this down. Nice. Okay, easy. We should have no problem killing this guy now. Oh, what the? The elementals come back the very next turn? That's cheap. Man, this sure is something. What the? They come in separately too? Ah, oh, that's annoying. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Well, if this is the hardest one, then hopefully I'll be able to kill them with the Power Nova, which will be easy, if that's the case. But they're gonna hit me with their natural attacks, it looks like. Yeah, both of them plus that overtime, I have no idea. Wait, put down a trap. Maybe. Let's see. Alright, this could be the win. At least for your myth, this was the hardest. I'm having one heck of a time. Okay, we didn't fizzle. Yes, this should be over. This should be good. Calling it here. We won. Easy. Okay, we got it. Nice. All right. Nice. Ooh, we got a whole lot of drops too.
3, 1, mesmerize. Commence 1, 2, 3. Error, invalid command. Shutting down.
Ooh, we even got some empowers. Nice. All right, what's up, Chief?
That was rough, Wizard. But you've managed to free me of that blasted automaton's noxious control. Bully for you. Dr. Jackal nabbed the Queen and hustled Her Majesty into the rooftop lift before you got here, but he's jammed it behind him. Take this door back to the courtyard. You'll have to find another way to the rooftop where you can collar him. Go save the Queen!
You know, it would be nice if you could show up with your overpowered healing and help us out a little bit. That'd be cool. But, you know, whatever. You just hang out here and recover, I guess. Because, you know, you were brainwashed and all that. It must be real tough on you. Okay. So what are we talking to? Yep, we're talking to Sherlock. Okay.
Don't tell me? You've defeated a mesmerizing automaton and freed the chief whip. The reek of noxious mesmerizing fumes is a giveaway.
Wait, you know what those are, Sherlock?
Of course, the chief whip told you that Dr. Jackal is escaping with the Queen. I concluded as much from the worry lines on your brow.
I thought the implication was that Dr. Jekyll had, like, just made that, and so it was like a new thing. But no, I guess it's just like an old gimmick of his.
Sherlock, doesn't that mean we need to act quickly?
By the spiral, you're dead right, Watson. Now that you've broken the mesmerizing...
You know, whatever. Let's not question the story too much. Just a side
There's
bunch.
only one way Dr. Jackal could get out. Wait, don't tell me. He must be taking the Queen to her royal airship. I knew it. Wizard, ascend to the rooftop and stop Dr. Jackal.
Don't worry. The rooftop of Barkingham Palace is perfectly safe and easy to navigate. You'll be fine, but do hurry.
The Queen is a Corky. That's kind of neat. Yeah, this whole storyline is actually pretty neat, all things considered. It's not too bad. I was actually pretty happy with it, honestly. And the Kensington Park one. Both of them have alright storylines, as far as I can tell. They're kind of silly, but as far as side content goes, they're not particularly bad. Alright. Alright. Oh, hey, it's a horse.
Oh, you've managed to catch my scent, I see. Well, I'm afraid Her Majesty is already installed in the royal airship and is waiting for me. Let's see if my trusted lieutenant, the dashing and dangerous Margherita Vizzini, can deliver my point.
Greetings, Wizard. My name is Margherita Vizzini. I am a master of the Opera Nova School of Valencia.
So she does have cheats. Alright, so if she's damaged by a spell, she'll interrupt cast Mythblade, and then use her natural attack on the wizard. That's not cool. What's her natural attack? Not the best, okay. Okay, so it stacks with regular Mistblades. She'll interrupt cast Storm Prism, and then use a Triton on the wizard due to a few triggers. Okay, so... Okay, so if I defeat the Scratcher, then it'll trigger on me. Okay, so if Margarita's a natural attack instead of a shield or a trap placed on them after her natural attack, she'll interrupt cast Pierce on the wizard. Okay. Okay, so I just need to one-shot her. Honestly, this fight isn't even that bad, even though she has a few annoying cheats. Yeah, it looks like I just need to one-shot her, which shouldn't be too difficult. She has 3,600 health.
It is my pleasure to teach you the art of this sword, and to be the last foe you will ever face.
And only one minion. No resurrection cheats, nothing like that. This one shouldn't be too bad, which I think you're right. Depending on what the last boss in here is like, I could potentially see this being easier. Dr. Jackal has cheats as well. Is he the next fight? Is he like the last fight here? In that case? Or is there another fight in between? Oh yeah. Okay, so it's the last fight. Next and last. Okay. So I'll look him up in advance. I just realized his name is spelled Dr. Jackal. That's hilarious. Okay, so what do we got? Oh, we'll just set up these blades really quick so we don't waste any of our power pips. And then we'll throw them. Okay, so at the beginning of the first round, he'll interrupt cast Balefrost, and he is an ice type. That's annoying. Oh, but he only has Legion shields, not Tower shields. Fire Mastery and almost 5 HP. That's not too bad, but the Legion shields aren't good. Balefrost, if he's damaged by... Okay, so he doesn't even cast the Legion shield normally, looks like. It looks like it's just a cheat. In which case, we just have to kill him in one hit too. That's not bad at all, in that case. Let's see. Take that. If Dr. Cheshire is a natural attack, then he'll interrupt to use Steel Ward on the wizard. At the end of the 4th round, and at every 4th round or after, he'll interrupt cast spell polymorphs him into Mr. Hound. Okay, so he has a second form in that case. If he's damaged by a spell, he can interrupt his Fireblade. Natural attack, he'll use Steel Charm. Wait, what? If he uses his natural attack, he'll cast Steel Charm? Okay, that one's bad. Yeah, that one's actually really bad, because it means that he'll get access to my Balance Blades. Okay, so, and then he transforms into this thing, which has 6,000 health. Okay, that's not good. Alright, but this should be over here. I don't even think we need to enchant. Yeah, as long as he doesn't use his natural attacks too much, it looks like, yeah, you're right. This one's way easier. Like, substantially easier.
Ah, you've done nothing but fail me, Valencian. Enjoy Newgate. Wizard, continue to follow me at your own peril.
Inconceivable! I cannot believe you overcame my defenses. Truly well fought, wizard. Grab onto the ladder to ascend up to the royal airship. Best of luck catching Dr. Jackal. He's a two-faced fiend. Next time, I'll have to fight you with my right hand.
I appreciate the Princess Bride reference. Anyways, into the airship.
Mr. Pooh, did you order up any extra cargo?
Gotten dark. I thought you said that he was the next and last fight.
Such as what, Mr. Utterson?
Say a young whelp about so high and so smart, dressed more or less like
You
a
forgot.
wizard.
Understandable. These guys seem forgettable. Alright, but we do need to look these guys up. So, Mr. Utterson. They really are. Okay, yeah, so they do have cheats. Alright, so if Mr. Poole regularly casts Fuel, then he'll interrupt cast a 35% chance of Legion Shield. A 35% version of Legion Shield. So if Mr. Poole regularly casts Fire Trap on a wizard, then he'll interrupt cast a 35% version of Ice Trap on the same wizard. If Mr. Poole regularly casts his natural attack on a wizard, what kind of cheats are these? If Mr. Artisan casts Ice Blade, then he'll interrupt cast a 40% version of Fireblade on himself. Oh, these guys seem annoying. Yeah, they have Legion Shields, Tower Shields, and the regular Legion Shield too. That's... Huh, okay. They're very mediocre bosses. They do have a bit of HP though.
What? I'd never order up such a thing. Whatever would I do with a wizard, Mr. Utterson?
Perhaps when we got high enough in the sky, you wanted to see if a wizard could fly.
What a clever idea, Mr. Utterson. What a clever idea indeed.
That's actually a good question. Can our wizard fly? We can use mounts to hover, like, just a little bit above the ground. But to my knowledge, we never actually, like, fly. So could we use a flying broomstick? That is certainly a question. Okay. What do we got? We probably could. Yeah, probably. I mean, what can our wizard not do, huh? But, yeah, let's see. Yeah. I think we're gonna have to just go for the double Power Nova cast at this point. Yeah, just double feint in the, or feint on each of them once, and then just go for the double Power Nova. Or maybe no feint and Power Nova them twice. You know, let's try that. Because I feel like the feints might add too much damage onto me, depending on what they decide to do. Okay, never mind. I forgot they had tower shields. Yeah, this is a bad idea. Well, while we're at it, might as well try this. So yeah, gonna have to use the 2 feints at least. So let's see. Put on a feint on this guy. Oh great, we're stunned. You know, I suppose on some level I can appreciate the fact that the bosses here are actually using, like, decent spells. What they are. It's not the easiest dungeon. It takes some amount of strategy. Guess this fight can be hard, but you had no problem with it. It seems like it'll be difficult for me, if only because I do not do as much damage as a myth. You know, you came in here with Orthrus, whereas I'm just coming in with Power Nova, which is just worse in every conceivable way. Okay, so we'll just throw up this Blade Storm, and then Power Nova next turn, and then hopefully we can Power Nova immediately afterwards. And that was a very high pip snowman. Hold on. Ooh. Oof. Oh no, this is going to like 1,000. Oh. Oh, it's an overtime. Okay. 8.5 upgrades. You know what? Since it's an overtime, it's actually really not a big deal at all. That's why overtimes suck, everyone. They take away all your traps, and then they do, like, nothing. Anyways. Power Nova. Oh wait, do you mean you did this before the Orthrus upgrade? Because if so, then that's actually pretty impressive. Because all you would have had is Lord Frog. And you only have 1 copy of it. And that would have been like 2 years ago. Oh, okay. Yeah, we need that Power Nova back. We need both of them. Let's have some hard words. Oh, okay. They're both gonna natural attack for free. Well, we are certainly taking damage here. Lord Frog's the savior. True. That is very true. They only get 1 shot, 1 opportunity to beat these guys with it. Okay. Yeah, so... Well, in that case... we did barely any damage. And we were dead in like 2 turns. Well, we will keep trying. Also, despite this guy being a fire, they have the exact same amount of health, which is kind of cheap. It looks like the only way I can actually win this is if they just do not use tower shields at all. Which is going to be like a 1 in a million type of thing. Because I don't have access to Shatter or anything. So win with ease, at least. Well, I lost. There's no way I can build up enough pips or judgments before they kill me. So what should the strategy be? Okay, he used Legion Shield too. Yeah, that's the thing. I have to get a run where I'm lucky enough where they just will not use shields, it looks like. Because otherwise they just have nothing. Maybe try using Hydra, if you have it. Hydra? You mean the regular 6-pip Hydra? Like a single target hitting them? It would certainly be easier to one-shot them in that case, but the issue is they're going to be beating on me at the same time. The entire time that's happening. Yeah, we're just going to have to flee. Because one hit breaks the tower shield and you have 2 pure hits. True, but then I also don't have access to any traps either, so I have to just spam Hydras against them. Without feints, it would take like 2 Hydras at least to kill each of them, so I would need to think about the math on that. Because the entire time I'm trying to get up the 2 Hydras, they would be hitting me. Let's see, what can I do here? What can I do? You know what? My best option might genuinely be to try to get Shatter TCs in that case. No, Shatter costs 3 pips, now that I think about it. That'd be too slow. Pierce DC? I think I actually came up with my own idea for this. A strategy I barely ever use, because it's not the most effective strategy. Definitely not one of the best. And then throw in a reshuffle. You know, we'll throw in balance of power through. That works. This one would be helpful if it just did more damage. Because we only have the 2 blades currently. Okay. Let's try this. It's 0 pips. It's 0 pips, but it also would take up a turn. And they can use multiple. So this is my new strategy. Sandstorm spam. It is surprisingly effective. And hopefully going to be enough. Because each sandstorm with 1 blade should do like 800 damage. So right off the bat, first turn. Balance of power. Yeah, so with them shielding, it'll only do like 400. Oh, okay, that's right, they can just replace it. Well, that's not particularly good. First turn, sandstorm. Alright, so it did 664 without any sort of blades on it. Or in, yeah, or it had an enchant. But no blades, 664. So basic strategy. We blade once. Like so. And then we hit. You love getting hit first turn by Frost, right? Yeah, that's certainly something. They also have the lore spell. So, Winter Moon. That's its name. And that was fun. Man, I love these bosses, huh? You know what the funniest thing is? Even if I came back here at like a level 100, I would already be using the shadow spells by that point. So in that case, this would be even more painful for a shadow spell player. Because even though I could probably one-shot them, they just have shields non-stop. House of Scales is going to be your favorite. House of Scales, if I'm remembering correctly, isn't actually that bad. The only issue is going to be getting past that gate guard, and he is like by far the #1 hardest thing in existence. Like even as a max level wizard, that guy is annoying. Okay, discard that, draw, Sandstorm. Yeah, I'm already almost out of health. Probably should have packed Sprite Swarm or the balance healing spells in here for this. Okay, so 2 blades, that was 1k. Me and one of my friends tried to duo it, and we died at least 10 times per person. Oh, House of Scales? I don't think I've ever had trouble with House of Scales itself. Because all of the bosses in it are extremely easy. Right, their cheats are basically non-existent. I mean, they have them, but they're just garbage. They're not very strong. And I am pip failing like crazy, so if I lose here, it's going to be mostly because of that. Wow, okay. 4 regular pips in a row. That's annoying. There's extreme amount of unlucky fizzles. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. That will be the #1 thing that gets you. Yeah, so with just 1 blade, it's 830. So I don't need to hit them 5 times with this, without any of them having shields up. Unfortunately, I keep pip failing, so I'm basically out of cards. You fool, you converted it to one of my highest resists. Unfortunately, I'm still almost dead. Yeah, so they're going down, slowly but surely. They're losing health. You win eventually. Yeah, I'll find some way to do it. Unfortunately, it looks like this time I'm dead. Because they're both going to hit me, and I'm going to die. Yeah, I don't really have time to heal, but I keep pip failing, so maybe packing elemental shields for that would be helpful. I think the same strategy could work, though. Just based on that. Let's see. Yeah, so throw out balance of power, that's useless. Throw out these are also useless. Throw in some elemental shields, and I only need like 5 or 6. We'll try again one more time with this strategy. Do we have anything else we can use, just in case? Does not look like it. Yeah, I think with elemental shields, the strategy might work, because we don't really have enough pips or healing. I'll go for the double blade hit. I just noticed I have a Lycian Chimera TC. Nice. Yeah, if they made a better pet, I would actually prefer hitting with that. Unfortunately, the Harpy just isn't as good of a pet for general play as the Snappy Griffin is. I think here I'll throw up the Elemental Shield, because they both have 4 pips and a blade. Okay, there's our first shield. Oh, neat. A damage over time. I'm looking at your TCs right now and just going, huh? That help you? Maybe. I feel like Lycian Chimera would be equally useless here, if only because it would be the same exact strategy as my Power Nova. Oh, great. Stunned. For these guys specifically, I don't think much of anything would help. So yeah, we're stunned, so we can't do anything. I feel like the only strategy that actually work will be to just hit them fast and hard as much as possible. Yeah, so we'll have to hit them, like right now. Next turn we'll have the shield. I don't know if it would do more damage, honestly. That is true. That is not the point of the strategy. The idea is that, assuming they keep tower shielding, like so, it won't matter how many times they tower shield, because I will always just use Sandstorm. So I don't need to worry about my feints being reduced in damage. I don't have to worry about any of that, because I'll have enough TCs and overall hips to just keep hitting, like non-stop. .20 accuracy, 20% pierce. Ooh, you know what? That's actually a very good idea. We'll get one of those. Yeah, honestly, using infallible TCs never even occurred to me. It's actually very smart. It is a very smart idea indeed. What's this? Oh, just gotten a notification. Okay. Yeah, I think if anything, we'll try the infal. Yeah, two of them with them, seeing how I'll never use them. Unstoppable might also, because it adds 15 pierce. Yeah, I'll have to use it if it doesn't work. If the strategy doesn't work, that is. And we fizzled. Yeah, it seems like the next best choice, actually. Probably a better strategy overall, actually. Yeah, I'll try this if this doesn't work. You randomly have good ideas. That's a pretty good one, actually. So I appreciate the help. Definitely. those unlucky fizzles. Seems like this will be impossible. Because these guys can just natural attack me non-stop. Yep, I'm dead next turn. Alright. We'll go with your idea then. Undock. Oh, neat, the result. Yeah, you see, it was close. It was a good idea in theory. But yeah, it's not gonna work. Alright, so let's see, what do we got? Okay. Oh, welcome back, Caleb. Hello, how you doing? Okay, what do we got? Let's see, sniper, accuracy, we have that. Okay. So I will actually need to head to the Arcano for that. You're in the same world, Malabum? Yeah, we're doing a dungeon actually here, which is a level 40 dungeon. It is very interesting, to say the least, how I keep losing. Okay, let's see. What should we do here? So we're gonna need Feint. Feint. Item card Feint. TC Feint. So I would have infallible TC? Yeah, we're gonna have to make our way over there then. Top of that, we're just gonna need to do whatever we can. So hopefully they don't use too much in terms of that. In terms of the, what's it called? Oh right, they don't like stack all the Legion shields and all the tower shields together. Because that would be annoying. Just switch to something a little less populated. Oh wait, never mind. We can't do that. That would have been a mistake if I accidentally just switched out of it and had to refight the first boss again too. Now the library would have been a faster walk. Now that I think about it. I always forget you could buy the TCs from the library. Alright, let's see what we got. What do we got? Accurate. This says cloak, empowerment, fortify. Nope. Infal. There we go. So we need to buy a few of these. And sniper unstoppable. Oh, we can't buy these. Dang it. We're just slightly too low of a level for it. Yeah, an unstoppable TC on top of that would help. It's weird how there's even a spot for shadow TCs in this. Yo, that mind. Wait a minute, what the? Can't use this one? Why does it say red? How do you buy cards? Oh, you just go to the bazaar and then you switch on the little tabs here and you can buy them. And we'll buy a dragon spear too. We'll just buy all of them, why not? And from there you can buy item cards. It's right because of PvP level. Okay, so I can probably still use it then. If not, that'd be disappointing. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. You can? Alright, cool. So with that, we want to focus on Pierce as much as we can then. Yeah, the Pierce strategy seems solid to me. Ran into that as well and was confused, but we figured it out. Nice. In that case, we'll just throw like, I don't know, 2 of each of these in there. And then we will... Oops. I don't know. Maybe like 2 elemental shields. Easy discard fodder. In the worst case scenario. This is a big deck though, so hopefully it's not too inconsistent. Oh right, we are gonna want... No, we'll take out 1 of each of these. So that way we only need the 1. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna need to double feint each of them for us to one-shot. Then it shouldn't be too big of a deal. So by feinting the ice person, the buck, thank you. We are going to do our best. That's all we can ask you. Okay. Okay, but overall, nothing too bad yet at this point. Hopefully this can keep going well. Alright, that wasn't particularly good. We're not getting any of the cards we want to stack early though. Oh, never mind, there's 1. Imagine we bought all this Pierce stuff and they don't even use the tower shields this run. Hopefully I draw my next elemental shield, so I can take off some of the damage I'll be taking with this. Nice, we did. This means you have it for a different dungeon. That's true, but I've literally never used this TC before. Like, in my life. So I cannot see a way where that would necessarily be, like, helpful. Like, every time I've ever played this game, I've never trained it. I've never, like, worked on it either. This is like a 1 in an opportunity, like a 1 in a million opportunity to actually, like, use it. Okay, so we're gonna throw up that one first, since it's the only one that costs a pip. Okay, draw that. We have our other feint. Might as well throw it up now. Oh, actually, we don't have a monstrous for this. That might not be good. Please hit. He did not. Okay, so this one might do a lot of damage if he hits. Yeah, okay, he did a natural attack. It's the strongest thing he could do. These guys are having some actual, like, issues. Oh, cool. His guy converted to fire, too. Yeah, we're basically dead at this point. And if he hits me, I'm dead. Like, almost 100%. So I think what we're gonna have to do is... Might have to go for the bounce blade and then hit next turn, because he'll just have a regular ice hit this turn, even if he hits me with the shield up. Oh, he stunned me. That's way worse, actually. Alright, I think that is the run, and we lost. Because we are stunned. There's nothing we can do. So we just have to hope he does not go for a natural attack. Okay, he fizzled. Okay, never mind. This might actually still be possible. Biggest issue is that we don't have this, and also, you like that, they never use Tower Shield this run. Not even once. This was the run. Otherwise, if we just used the first strategy, this would have been the perfect run. Okay, so hopefully without an enchant and without another blade, this will still kill. Alright, it just barely did. Nice. Okay, we got them.
Oh, Mr. Pooh, I never did have a head for fighting.
Alright, Mr. Utterson. Alright.
Yeah, nice.
At least we can take some solace in knowing the control deck is locked up tight.
So true, Mr. Pooh. So very true.
Yeah, we did it. Nice. Well, it would have been a good idea if they had used the tower shields at all that run. Unfortunately, they did not. Okay, so let's see. Let's reset our deck, basically. Because I do not believe we will have much issue against him. Or at least not nearly as much. At least you won? Yeah. It almost lost like twice there, but thankfully that fizzle came in at the end to save us.
The system that controls the doors to the control... You can tell you need to use 2 levers to line up the gears properly. But you'll only get 1 chance. Who knows what will happen if you pull the wrong lever.
Okay, so we need to make these things line up. So this one is in the correct position. This one is not. Ah, okay. So I will just look up the walkthrough for this puzzle. Because I am not going to risk it. Find 2 levers that don't match up properly. Matchup does look like we should be looking for. So, okay, so it's these 2. Alright, nice. So when we're approaching it from here, it's this lever. And it's this lever.
There's a pleasing gear noise as you flip the correct lever, and you hear the door to the control deck unbolt.
You winged it and got it right? Yeah, I didn't want to risk it. Yeah, beyond that, this should be over. Because I should be able to beat this guy.
Wizard, you vex me. It is one thing to mortify curiosity, another to conquer it. I have discovered the duality of self. In doing so, I tapped into an alternate, more powerful form. One unbound by rules and conscience. Call him Mr. Hound! But
I wasn't expecting him to have 3
Hound's
minions.
form for long. I am trapped in this weak, pitiful body of Jackal. However, with the Queen's jewels, I can perfect my alchemical solution and become Mr. Hound forevermore. You understand the call of power, do you not? Leave me to my research, or else we will become mortal enemies.
You know, I never actually read the original book of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, but this seems like an interesting take on it. So, we have a lot of storm enemies. You know what? I think we'll... Yeah. Yeah, this seems about right. Okay. Let's try that. Okay, cool. He's going first. That's not good. So we'll need to feint him twice. Oh wow, I think this is actually the first boss we've encountered so far that starts with 3 power pips at once. That's something we wouldn't see otherwise until Arc 2. Nice. We're starting to see a little bit of what's going to come next. Okay, so with that we'll also throw down our other feint, because why not? Let's get that early damage out of the way when they don't have pips. Alright, so looks like they do about 100 damage per their normal attack. Okay, it was one of the weaker wild bolts. Yeah, if that wild bolt did 1,000 damage, that would have been like this entire fight over. Like right off the bat, it's just over at that point. Alright, so we will go for our blades now. Alright, so I think you'll actually be transforming into that Mr. Hound for like next turn. So that should be the 4th turn. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, interestingly, they actually did a lot more damage than they would have otherwise, because Myth is actually one of my lesser resistances. So it's actually pretty smart of them to hit me with that. The Prism converting into myth damage actually means that they're doing the maximum amount. So that's pretty neat. Okay, yep, Wild Bolt, it's over. Yeah, if they get even one Wild Bolt off, it's over. There's literally nothing I can do. Oh, I was about to say, it's kind of weird that it has absolutely no sound going on. But I guess I just have to load in first. Draw. Scar this one. Draw. There we go. Might as well go for the hit. Otherwise, I think we're dead next turn anyways. Okay, nice. Not to say. If I lost to another Wild Bolt, that would have been insane. Okay, but the next guy does have enough pips for one, so he might go for it. Please be a natural attack. Nope. Alright, nice. Either one of those could have ended this. Thankfully, luck was on our side. So should do like 5,000. And kill him. Please. Yeah, nice. We got him. Yeah, fuck you, for real. I thought the second that first one hit me, it was over at that point. But it's not over until it's over. Yeah, so overall, I'd say the second engine actually was harder.
I see now I have done wrong. I must not force the Queen, or anyone else, to be a subject of my research. You have taught me that the doom and burden of our life is bound on our shoulders, and if we attempt to cast it off, it returns tenfold. You must suffer me to go my own dark way.
Alright, cool. We got the... I think this is the tier 2 hat. Right? The hat. This is the Oh, never mind. This is a tier 3 hat. It's not even the tier 2. Yeah, tier 2 has a lot of... Wait a minute, hold on. Did they switch those around by accident? Why is the Royal Conical of Accord so much better than the Yeoman's Topper Unity? That's weird. That's very weird. But yeah, biggest thing we got out of this was a wooden skeleton key. That's nice. Alright, what's up, Queen?
Well, that was a spot of bother, wasn't it? You handled the situation cleverly, dear. Am I distraught? Of course not. One can't go to pieces at the news of every crisis from the spiral. We'd all be in a constant state of collapse. Now, bring us home, dear.
So apparently we also know how to fly airships. Yeah, the wizard can just do everything. That's not even a question at this point.
You've done Marleybone a great service today, wizard. I'm sure my brother Mycroft is already informed.
And I'll write up my case notes about it. How does the adventure of the Wizard League sound?
Nice. Alright, so I guess we're back to Grizzleheim in that case. First things first though, we'll grab more elixirs. And heal up. So yeah, that was Barkingham Palace. Overall, not a bad story. Just a fun little side thing. So with that, that is the last dungeon, I believe. So besides Grizzleheim, that's the last bit of Arc 1 content. As far as I know. That I'm missing. So the next week will be on the Celestia. But first things first, we have to finish Grizzleheim. So we'll focus on that for the rest of tonight's stream. You know, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like the second fight might actually have been easier, because if it weren't for the fact that they didn't use those tower shields, I would have lost. The gear from Barkingham is in the wrong order. Weird. That's very weird. I usually don't make that mistake. Yeah, I might actually say that the third one actually was harder, because that second fight, if not for the fact that they didn't use the tower shields, I would not have had enough time to set up those pierce attacks. So, like, if they had actually managed to pull that off, I would have died there. Like, 100%. No questions. So it's actually good that they didn't. So yeah. The only thing that was obnoxious was Chief Whip. Welcome back, Caleb. Welcome back. We are now back to the Grizzleheim grind. I think I'll just finish one area of Grizzleheim at a time. So, like, tonight I'll finish Vagrant Roughland, since I also did Barkingham Palace. And then I think I'll do another stream this week where I finish the last two. So I'll do like one stream where I finish one area, and then I'll do a later stream where I finish the next.
Your kindness is appreciated.
You're stuck on Knight's Tower?
Our people will be warm and have food to eat. But we still must hide in the wild while the Red Claw burns our village. While you were away, I learned that 3 others of our village are still lost in the wild.
I'm not too familiar with Knight's Tower is. Did you go through the process of upgrading your gear at least? Yeah, because I remember last time that seemed to be your biggest issue, was that your oh, you're fighting Jack the Scratcher. Okay, so you actually did make quite a bit of progress with them. Yeah, at that point, my best advice. The gear from Barkingham isn't half bad. That's true. The gear from Barkingham does have some out. Alright, so I'm guessing your biggest issue, your health is bad? Nowhere near the best, but not that bad. Yeah, for the level you get it, it does give you some really interesting effects. The Hollow Mountain actually gives you a really good pendant, I noticed, which gives you a blade and a feint at level 25, which is really good. Yeah, for beating Jack the Scratcher, I'm gonna guess your biggest issue is that you're taking damage because you can't get through the tower shields. I'm gonna guess. So you might have to go for... Let's see, because the Deadly Scratcher, so he's gonna throw weaknesses on you. And Spirit Shields, potentially. So you're gonna have to want to pack Shatter, because you're a myth. I believe you should have access to that by now. If not, you might have to... Actually, no, you wouldn't have access to Minotaur yet, because you're only still like level 20. Oh, never mind. Shatter is also level 35. The most you'd have is Pierce. Yeah, beyond that, you might just have to go for either a minion and hope that they take out all of the shields you would throw down, or you just have to just keep trying until you get a perfect run.
They're not warriors, and the Red Claw will harm them if they are caught. If you wish to aid us more, you will go into the nearby woods and find them.
Yeah, so Caleb, if you want to try using the 0-pip minion, that one does cast 1-pip spells every turn, and it could potentially break down all the shields, if they throw up any. Yeah, bring 1 hits, that too. Yeah, I was also thinking because... Yeah, that's true. 1 hits could also work. Biggest issue is if they throw down a... Oh, you have some help? Okay, good. Yeah, if they threw down a Spirit Shield, you'd want to use an off 1 hit so it doesn't eat up your blades. But if they throw down an off 1 hit, you'd still be affected by Spirit Shield. Without access to Minotaur or Shatter, you wouldn't really have an option at that point. That was my main logic for it. But I'd want to use the 0-pip minion. You just have to rely on the RNG of getting the Bloodbat spell to be used. If you have help, that should be easier. Like, way easier. But yeah, the Barkingham Palace gear is actually interesting in how good it actually is. Because some of the pieces do give some pretty interesting effects. I think like one of the themes gives like an insane amount of power pip chance for a level you get it, and like a really good amount of damage, if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, the gear isn't useless. It's just that most people would prefer to just go straight to Waterworks, because that gear is just overall better, but the Rings of Fames and amulets from both there and Hollow Mountain give some really interesting cards. Or stats. But then again, they're way too difficult to grind out otherwise, so it's still not really worth it. Yeah, because I think the deck is actually the first place you can get a deck that gives you... Yeah, it gives you 8 health. That is the very first deck that gives a stat. Last Flames gets 5 power per chance, 150 health, and 2 mana. Could have sworn it gave damage too, but I may be misremembering. Yeah, it looks like I'm misremembering. Okay, it's the ring that gives damage. Yeah, that gives power pip, damage, and incoming. And this guy joined my fight. Interesting. Yeah, we've got to switch realms. This is a solo. If soloing everything was a rule, this guy would have maybe just failed just now. Shaking my head. Didn't even apologize for it or nothing. I'm joking. But yeah, it's the ring I was thinking of. And damage on a ring at level 40 is actually really good. Because you'd have to wait until like level 56 when you get that. Then again, you'd have to get it like first go, and you'd have to actually do it at the proper level. In which case, why even bother? Nobody wants to do that. And we are leaving. Okay, cool. Alright, so rescue Hans in Big Riftland. Where is he? Oh, it's over here. In here, through here. Oh, this guy. Hello, Hans.
You don't look like one of the Red Claw. Do you know where my people went? They're over there. Thank you. I'll head back on my own.
Man, he sounds old. Like, he sounds old and like he's on the verge of dying. Like more than Al has read even. Crazy. We actually are really close to level 56, so we're going to want to use the crafted Thaman ring soon.
Do you know where the folk
Can
of
grab
Anders
that.
Holt went? I got separated from them when we fled, and now I can't find them. Thank you. I owe you for your help. I'll be on my way soon.
So I'm getting a little bit distracted. I'm actually trying to find this specific piece of Hollow Mountain gear I was thinking of. It's not the deck. It's the Athame. Yeah, the Athame I'm still using, actually. That 9% power chance is really nice. Yeah, I got really lucky with this on our first run. Oh no, you have a dungeon? You still have help, right? Even then, the dungeons aren't more difficult. It's just more bosses. Which, if you have help, you shouldn't have too much issue.
Can you help me? I'm lost. I don't know where everyone went after we ran away from the village.
Crafted a winter disc wand that gives mediocre stats, but the spells are nice. You can't do a dungeon. Oh, you don't have help?
Oh, that way? You have my thanks. I can find my way back to them now.
Oh, you can always try using team up if you are desperate for help. If you can beat the bosses on your own, you can beat the dungeon though. Guidance, Unicorn, Brilliant Lightblade, Storm. Oh, Brilliant Lightblade, Storm, and Legion Shield. Interesting. Isn't that one of those wands that just gives like a little bit of critical? I'm pretty sure they give you like 20 critical, right? Yeah, this is it. The Dalai Lama's Harmony Vial, which gives you 55 health, but then it also gives you a Faint item card and the Balance Blade card, which is really good. 10 critical, 20 critical block. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. That never works. But yeah. In that case, Caleb, I'm not really sure how to help you. I don't really have time to go and help you myself, is the thing. But with team up doesn't happen very often. I always remember not really having too much of an issue. Normally after like waiting about a minute is when people would start popping in. That's about the longest it ever took for someone to show up. But yeah. Beyond that, I'm not really sure how I can help. Because besides asking around on like the Reddit or the Discord, that's about your best option. Oh, cool. Forgotten Darkspawn to help. Yeah, I'm not. I'm focusing on Grizzleheim right now. If I was doing it off chance, I would probably, like off stream, maybe I would, but on this I need to make progress for this.
You found them? Good work. You've got some skill as a tracker, I see. And you're braver than I thought.
Very nice if you've gotten dark.
You've aided us greatly, to be truthful. But if you want to defend us, now is the time. I can hear the sounds of the Red Claw informers in the woods, coming this way. If they find us, we will suffer.
Nice, helping each other out. Nice. Just after Jackson's Scratcher, so I'm guessing it's gonna be Katzenstein's lab, maybe?
Can you go and meet them in battle? You must defeat them before they find their way to this camp.
Third one. That's it's not very specific. You're going into a dungeon, right? Do you know the name of it? Scotland Yard. Alright, yeah, okay. Third one. So yeah, the dungeon in Scotland Yard, they're probably talking about Katzenstein's lab, in that case. Yeah, it should tell you the name of it in the quest. Yeah, it's 10 cents up. Alright, nice. I appreciate the help, even though I'm not the one getting help. I'd be more willing to help out. It's just, I need to finish Grizzleheim. You read. Oh, okay, right. Your name, Reed. I was a bit confused there for a second. It wouldn't be a bad idea though, maybe, setting up like a separate time in streams where I would play with viewers potentially. I could maybe do that. I feel like I need to get it further in, like once I actually get the shadow spells at that point. Because at that point, it's not going to be a rush at all. I'll be lucky to actually make progress like each stream at that point. Where are you? Oh, in the dungeon? Oh, he's probably just running ahead and speedrunning the objectives at that point. That's what a max normally does when they're running through. Going towards the first boss in the dungeon, yeah. Okay, wait for you. And normally when maxes help out, they normally just finish the dungeon really fast. Like so fast it'll make your head spin. Oh, you're only level 101. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, it's basically a max carry at that point. The differences are extraordinarily minor, especially as a myth. You're still going to be using Orthrus at level 150. Which is, that's certainly a complaint some people have, but not me personally. Also, you know the only fight you need. Yeah, level 100, level 150, there's no difference except for like minor things on the gear. You only need to actually fight the cat at the end? Really? Interesting. I didn't know that. Are you sure it's in a glitch? Because... Oops, he got pulled. This is a very interesting series of events that's happening off screen. I'm imagining it in my head though. But yeah, I remember Shirateki Temple Mushu. I was actually mentioning this when I had to go back for the spell quest for Power Nova. But I remember that you used to be able to just run through the entire dungeon basically after you completed it once. And then apparently they must have patched it out because you can't do it anymore. Or at least it didn't work when it did it. So, I'm not sure if that's just a glitch they'll patch out later. If anything. But it's useful to know why you're actually doing it. Friend code to get kicked from the dungeon? You got kicked. Did you flee? Or something? Or like quit? Because otherwise if you got defeated or if you just fled, there should still be a little red marker right about this point that you can use to teleport right back in. Oh, so where's this stuff? Oh, right, it's over here. Nice. Oh, I got pulled. It happens all the time. Actually, hold on. Why am I fighting these guys? I'll just skip. There we go. And we got both again. Yeah. I'm not sure if you knew that, Caleb, but whenever you have, like whenever you flee or get defeated in a dungeon, you have a 30-minute dungeon recall, which remains for 30 minutes, or unless you quit the game or switch realms. But whenever that happens, you'll also get a warning to not do it. Yeah, if you have that, there'll just be a little recall button over there that you can use to head back to the dungeon instantly. Which would be good to know for the future. Okay, we got that. Got the... You're just speedrunning right now? Yeah, it sounds about right. Thankfully, you also seem to be familiar with that glitch, I guess it would probably be. So, that's helpful too. Just fast. Oh, he's fast. Yeah. Thankfully, you don't have to actually be a part of any of the battles for it to count in dungeons, so as long as he's doing the progress, then you'll have absolutely no trouble with it.
Thank you for what you have done. My family is without a home, but we have regained the things that are most precious to us.
Yeah, so that's actually good to know in the future too. A lot of the times if you're going to be running Mount Olympus, especially with a max wizard, more often than not, what you're supposed to do is just basically stay right at the beginning of the dungeon and talk to the quest giver, who's at the very beginning of the dungeon, so that way the max can just run around and fight all of the battles, because the only drops you actually want are dropped by the final boss, so you can just stay there for the entire dungeon and just let them do all the other work. Oh, okay, cool. That was actually a really short quest.
You have done well. If the Red Claw does not hear from the scouts, they will think we are long gone, or they will be afraid to attack us. Both ways, we are safe. It is as I feared. Another of our villagers is missing. The village elder, a wise man named Grimnir, stayed behind.
Guess that's the only boss killed needs to be a part of the fight. Oh, that's your...
The others say he refused to leave Anders Holt when the Red Claw attacked. He would not leave his home, saying he would await his fate there. Can you go to Anders Holt and see if Grimnir can be swayed to come to safety?
I thought you meant that you could, like, force progress in the dungeon by just, like, bypassing the gates or something, and then you'd only have to fight cats inside of it. Okay, but that's what you meant. Alright, yeah, that makes more sense. You're gonna fight the extra boss there as well? Yeah, I did too. It's nice for a little completion thing, and also nostalgia, since he actually drops some, or he drops what used to be good stuff there. In that case, Caleb might also want to join for that one, because he drops gear that's way better than the stuff you'd be able to get at the bazaar, if you're lucky.
You're not one of the Red Claw. Why have you come? Eagle Axebearer sent you? I'm sorry, but I will not leave this place. I have lived here my whole life, and no one can drive me away. You can help by taking a message to Eagle for me. Tell him that I've known Ivar Anderson since he was but a cub, and he would never willingly give aid to the Red Claw. Ivar is an honorable thane, and this village was founded by his grandfather and bears his name. Go and tell that to Eagle Axebearer. He will know what to do.
Nice. Alright. I think this means we're actually coming up on the end of the section of Grizzleheim. I'm pretty sure. Because I'm pretty sure Merkholm Keep is actually a dungeon, isn't it? Oh, never mind. It's not. So, Vigor Leftland. Oh, never mind. But a dungeon is coming up, I think. So, Grimnir is buried. Yeah, okay. It's just a... Okay, yeah. We're not as far in as I thought. I was misremembering. There is a dungeon before Merkholm Keep. Okay. Not bad. Caleb, you need to hit because you don't have another.
Oh, you come alone. So it must be that Grimnir would not leave. That can't be helped. Grimnir says that Ivar is under an enchantment? It must be so. Ivar was an honorable thing before the Red Claw came to our land.
I appreciate the commentary. So I can actually keep up what's going on.
I know little about enchantments, so I can do nothing for Ivar Anderson.
A random mob joined after you locked in your last tech. Oh, I hate that. Can you
look into this matter and see what can be done? An old Grendel wizard called Bolthorn lives in the Boiling Fields. He knows of enchantments and other dark magic. Go and speak to Bolthorn and see if there's a remedy for the enchantment upon Ivar, our Thane.
I'm guessing you just like blanked out on the fact that the third one would join whenever there's two people. I do that sometimes. I that or you mistimed it. Either way, I hate when that happens personally. Yeah. It happens to me actually. You only have the frog too? Yeah, it's not too bad. You just need to build up your pips. Let's see. Bolthorn is in a cave. Oh yeah, there's probably a yardbird here, isn't there? Yeah, there's two of them. Alright.
Approach, youngling. You are far from home. Far, far from home indeed.
Speaking of, Spider-Man movie is out. I still have not seen it.
Say nothing. I already know what brings you to this place. You seek to break the spell put upon Ivar Anderson, Thane of Anders Holt. There is much you do not understand, much that is hidden. I will aid you, but my answer is to a question you do not yet know to ask. My counsel does not come without a price, and it must be paid before answers will come. I want the claw of a brave warrior, one who guards the weak. Go to Egil Axbearer and ask this of him.
Okay, so where is the yardbirds here? Or where are they? There's two of them. Okay, there we go. So first one is there, and the other one is in the village area. Okay, so none here. I could have sworn there was. Well, whatever. Are there any other side quests? No. Okay. Oh, I don't have chat, so you don't see it. Oh, I just realized it was over there yet. Yeah, I appreciate the fact that you guys are keeping me updated, but I was a little bit confused why you guys were chatting here instead of in the in-game chat. That makes sense, though. Anyways, so that's one. And then we need to talk to this guy. Okay. To the captain.
That crazy wizard wants one of my claws? If it will help my Thane, then I will give it to him.
Yes, the good old captain style.
Egil grimaces and breaks off the smallest of his mighty claws. He hands it to you.
Wow, that has to hurt, actually.
It is a small price to pay, if it will restore my Thane to his old self.
Let's see. Boiling fields. Might as well teleport. Oh, okay. This is where the teleporter is. Oh no. Ult again.
Egil is a brave one indeed, to surrender a claw so readily. Do not worry for him. That lost claw will be a sign of his honor.
No mana. No mana though.
You will find your answers in the deepest crypt, but you cannot enter that dark place without my help. Bring me these 3 things. Geyser water from the boiling plains, crypt bark from a decaying bog walker, and slime from the death troll called Drek Darktooth. When you offer me these 3 things, I will tell you more.
So wait a minute. How do we get slime from a troll? I kind of don't want to know, but I feel like we kind of have to know. What part of the troll gives you slime? Specifically. Is it like on their body? Do they have like a slime pouch within them? Like a pocket full of it? Does mucus count as slime? These are all questions that I want answered. Unfortunately, I don't think they put that much thought into it. Oh, that's weird. The circle is off of the actual thing. Oh, all of ours are. So you can see the pips are actually outside of this. 10 one-shot cats and stuff? Nice. Yeah, I do like carrying low levels, usually. But it's different when I am the low level. It was fun though. Let's see. Okay, so next we need the geyser water. We need to fight a troll. A very specific one. Or his slime. I don't like the fact that trolls have slime as a canon fact now. That does seem a bit weird. And gross.
Drek's gonna smash you in the pudding. Send you home crying to your mother.
Wait a minute, I thought you said he was a death troll. Or he said he was a death troll. This isn't a death troll, this is a life troll. He's not even yellow like in the picture. He's green. So in that case, I'm guessing the slime is something that grows on him. Whoop. That's weird. So, is Katzenstein dead? Did you guys move on to the secret boss at this point? I need my updates. My regular questing updates. Oh, yeah, you're at the secret boss? Nice. Yeah, 3.2k. That surprised me whenever I actually went in there as well. because I did it at the same time when I was first going through it, and that was really surprising to see. Thankfully this bed has Feint on it, so it wasn't too big of a deal. But still, it was cool. Yes, thank you for helping, Forgotten Bark. Very nice to see people getting through the game.
With these 3 things, I will craft a salve for
And those people helping each other out.
for what is to
That's
come.
nice.
Take this salve I've made for you and smear it across your hands. The door to the crypt will be barred for you if you do not do as I say.
You smear the salve on your hands. Your skin begins to tingle and then begins to itch a lot.
Do not fear, Outlander, and do not scratch at it. It will wash away in a short time. Now, you must go to the crypt and retrieve a sacred talisman called the Eye of Truth. The Eye of Truth will show you what you cannot see. With it, you have what you need. Go now and trouble me no longer.
Nice. Now to beat up a ghost, I guess.
This looks like the right place. You touch the crypt door, and it opens. Your hands no longer itch.
Got patience to stall more than enough health. Yeah, that's the biggest advantage about going back through these places. Yeah, it's kind of fun to just bully them. Oh right, this is a long one. That's right, forgot. Yeah, you have more health than Spugger. Probably like by 2000-ish, right? At this point? Level 100. Maybe only like 1k actually. Yeah, by around 1,000? Yeah. Nice. You have at max 1.5k more than Smogger. Yeah, so like around 4.7. Alright. Yeah, that sounds about right actually. Oh yeah, does that mean you finished getting all of your Malister pieces? Nope. No, you got your Maple Moose. It's Maple Moose Eye. Your Maple Meese. I guess that means you also finished that then? Yeah, you got the moose. Still need the Malister gear. Oh, okay. Still rocking boots, robes, and a theme. Yeah, it's actually really lucky you had a theme first try. I'm so impressed by that. Or jealous, I guess is a more apt term. And made life easier, kinda. Yeah, I think that is still the best one for Myth Wizards, even with new update, although I could be wrong. Actually, I hope it's not. I grinded a long time to get that. But I have heard that the meta has changed slightly with the new level 150 gear. It shouldn't be like a noticeable difference, but it is nice. Like every little bit helps. You need to socket it still. Yeah, thankfully it only uses the Grandmaster ones, I think. Dirk of Darkmoor Vale. I feel like that name is wrong. I think it's the Dirk of Dimwood Vale, isn't it? I think. Let me see. Yeah, it's the Dirk of Dimwood Vale. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Thankfully, it's a way easier socket to get because there was only like a very limited amount of the legendary sockets. So I was very happy that it was actually easier to upgrade than the theme I was using before I got it. Now, Biceps. It's an easy name to forget, especially because Dimwood doesn't really make any sense. Like, frankly, a lot of the Darkmoor names don't make sense, actually. That's actually something I thought about when I was first looking through all the lists and stuff. Yeah, they have, like, weird names. I think they're, like...
no place for the living. You will join me in the darkness of the afterlife.
I think they were trying to come up with references to make Darkmoor seem more expansive than it was. And they just never actually revealed what it was. I'm going to the bazaar. Sounds about right. But yeah, the like there's the vial of the fetid lagoon. No idea what that is. There's a lot of other ones too. They just like hint at locations or people in the name, and then you have no idea who they are. Like, what is Dimwood Vale? I don't know. Nobody does. But that's what they decided to name it. Darkmoor needs its expansion already. They have to do it at some point. And I want to see it when it does happen. I actually had an idea for something like that at one point. It was like a Reddit discussion post. My idea is like, it'd be really cool if we got the... like a... like Darkmoor Catacombs style side dungeon. Where you actually go to Darkmoor like as a whole. And then you explore with Velma von Venkman. Since she's like one of the only characters we actually know about that's actually from there. And I think that could work really well. As a way to like have her explain the lore. And have it make sense. And she could give you, I don't know, shadow pips or something throughout it.
The Eye of Truth appears.
That is a big lens.
You take the Eye of Truth.
It kind of cut itself out at the end, that's hilarious. Okay, talk to Eagle again. Eagle. Eagle. Okay, where are you? Getting all turned around. There we go.
You have returned. Did you make the trade?
That's right. Now it's time for a dungeon.
An eye for a single claw? Some would call that a good bargain. If Bolthor spoke without deceit, the Eye of Truth will reveal the foul enchantment upon Ivar Anderson and free him. To rescue our Thane, you must find him in Frostholm, the fortress of the Red Claw. Those left in the village are put to work making Frostholm, so they may know where Ivar is. Speak to Grimnir, the village elder who stayed in Andersholt. If he knows anything, he will tell it to you.
Crowded realm commons like it's hard. Yeah. It's actually kind of funny, really, when you think about it. Yeah, it's not even like a you issue. It's like strictly a game issue. The game really just cannot handle having that many players at once. Although it is nice to see at least. You know, it's been a while since there's really been enough players to even fill 3 realms at once, much less... Now, well, they've died down, but, you know, it's still nice. Although it's sad, it's gonna end tomorrow for most people. This game needs more players, just in general. Three realms, 4 crowded. Nice. That's how it was before for me, but in terms of the realm list here at least, it's just 2 that are full. And a few crowded. Oh, right, we need to talk to Grimdeer. That's why we actually came here, not to get the Yardbird. So Mercombe Keep, and then that book is in Frostholm. Alright, got it. I got it. Okay. So it's what's up, Grimdeer? Where is it?
You should not have returned. It's dangerous out there. But fate put you here for a reason. I will help you. If you wish to get into the Red Claw Fort of Frostholm and rescue Ivar Anderson, your best hope is to sneak in and cause trouble for them from inside. They are looting the village and all the nearby lands of all our weapons. They do this to arm themselves and to keep us from fighting back. They have taken many weapons already, so now they're looking for the most valuable ones. If you present yourself at their gate with a great weapon, they will let you in. Ragnar Stormbrow, leader of the Red Claw here in Anders Holt, carries the finest weapon I have yet seen. Take it from him. They are certain to want it.
That's kind of hilarious. But yeah, nice.
Wizard, you think you're worthy to enter
Oh, cool. Another dungeon pop-up. That's gonna be something we'll never see again.
Enter at your own peril.
Remember what area in part 2 of Chrysalis you get the shadow creatures? I believe it is just before the ancient area, like the big temple ruin thing, or maybe just after, because I know you get it in the tower. I'm not sure if you get it early on or like past the midway point, but you get it from a tower because the trainer for them, I believe, is right. Am I misremembering? I don't know. Let me look it up really quick. That's actually a good question, because I actually forgot. So, let's see. It would be Dark, I don't know, Fiend, I guess. And you train it from Ilana Darksun. Oh, okay, you know what? Never mind. You're right. I was remembering. I was misremembering the part 1 shadow spells. The part 2 shadow spells are from the Chamber of the Sun and the Solar Arc. So it's like right near the end. It's like the second to final area, actually. So yeah, there's your answer. It's the area right before the hive. Yeah, lovely. I know, right? It's also one of the most annoying areas too, unfortunately. Oh, we're going up here. Okay. But yeah, I forgot. They come really late into part 2. I was misremembering with the part 1 spells.
Who are you? How did you get here? It matters little. Your trespass ends right now.
You have to make it 238 quests deep into Chrysalis. Yeah. And people say they prefer Azteca or Chrysalis over the likes of Dragonspire. Shaking my head. Yeah, what do you... When you buy cards, what do you do now? Well, it depends on what cards you bought. What you would want more than anything are monstrous TCs, which you can get in the bazaar, but normally you'd ask somebody higher level to port you to the Arcanum. And then you buy them from the librarian. So, then you just use them. So you buy the cards and then you use them to enchant your spells. I don't need to enchant my spells, but I'll just demonstrate. So, if you have extra gold, you're going to want to ask somebody high level to port you there. And then what you're going to want to do is enchant your spells with them, and that'll make your hits way stronger. How do you get them in your deck? Okay, I'll have to show you after this battle's over. So yeah. When you get the monstrous TCs, what you're going to want to do Although you will need a lot of gold for them, though. I will warn you of that, like right now. They do cost a lot of gold. And so, just discard, draw, and then you just use them from your treasure card deck and enchant your regular ones. And the way that you add treasure cards to your deck is... I'll show you once this is over. Okay, yeah, nice. So, this kills. I'll show you. Oh wow, I think that was actually like his exact amount of health now that I think about it. Okay, so notice. So you enter your spell deck by pressing P, and then you press this button in the corner, that's your treasure cards, and then you just go to whatever school you want, and you throw them in. Me totally not getting some for Caleb. Oh, that's sweet of you. Nice. But yeah. Only 147 deep. That's Chrysalis. That is 100% the Chrysalis experience. Yeah, I went through Chrysalis part 1 in like 2 days. With some help. And then I was questing with somebody and then they wanted to get off before they started part 2. And then I stayed up for 14 hours past the point that I had finished Chrysalis part 1 soloing the entirety of part 2 because nobody was running it. And that was the day I decided I hated Chrysalis. Yeah, it is very nice.
Hold on there. No one can come in unless they're bringing supplies. Let me see what you've got there. That's a fine blade there. Just like the one Ragnar Stormbrow carries. You'll be glad to have it. He can use it as a spare.
Nice. Okay, so they don't realize it's his.
Go right in. Speak to Ulrich Oathbreaker inside. He will guide you.
I was about to say, that'd be pretty ruthless of them if they just, like, knew it was his and just didn't care that you ganked him and stole his stuff. Although it would make sense if they're, like, bandits. Yeah, for reference, if you don't know how to accept the trade, there should be a button right here. You just press that, and it'll have a little pop-up like down here. Yeah, I thought they just didn't care, but no, apparently they just don't realize. They're just dumb.
What do you want, young cub?
No.
Ulrich Oathbreaker leans forward and speaks in a whisper.
You can trust me. Grimnir told me of an outlander who is trying to help us rid our village of the Red Claw. I pretended to break my oath so that I could learn how to defeat the Red Claw, but I am still loyal to my people. I can tell you how to cause trouble for the Red Claw and help you get to see Ivar Anderson.
What should you trade? Anything you want, I suppose. But it seems like Caleb is, or not Caleb, but Forgotten Dark is willing to give them to you. So you can just accept it probably. Unless you have like earthquakes. Yeah, don't worry about getting anything. Yeah, he's just being nice.
If your goal is to get to speak with Ivar Anderson, you must gain the trust of his henchman, Gunnar Quickaxe.
Truth is, most treasure cards are useless anyways, so...
Go present yourself to Gunnar Quickaxe. Tell him you will work for him. When he gives you a task, return to me. We will see if we can turn it to our advantage.
At least in a player versus enemy context, it's useless. It's only really helpful in PvP. But yeah, normally you don't really use them at all, so you don't have to worry about it. You have some leftover money from after your recent pet breeding adventure? Oh yeah.
You want to join the Red Claw, huh? You don't look like much, but we'll take anyone who's ruthless and resourceful. I see that you've got a good weapon to add to those we've already got. Good then. Go and find Haldar Stormwatcher. He's in charge of our weapons storehouse. You'll want to see that fine sword you've brought us.
How to use treasure cards? Like I said, you just go in and you put them in here. And then whenever you're in a battle, and as long as you don't have a full hand, so even if you do have one, you can just discard a card by right-clicking it. And then you can press the draw button, and then you'll get them. Or if your hand has less than the maximum amount of cards, which I believe is 7, you can just draw them freely.
It is as I thought. Haldor Stormwatcher is our quartermaster. He is in charge of the horde of weapons the Red Claw arm themselves with. If you wish to help the people of Anders Holt defeat Halder Stormwatcher and sabotage the weapons he's got stored, that will weaken the Red Claw when they try to use them in battle.
Yeah, no problem, Caleb. Yeah, max per hand is 7? Yeah, that's right. So you can only draw treasure cards if you have less than 7 cards in your hand. You know, because your mob deck is 1 full hand? Yeah, it's the right way to do it.
You there! I'm Haldor Stormwatcher. I'm the quartermaster here. With these weapons I've gathered, the Red Claw will easily defeat all our foes. We'll take the King's Own city from him and we'll rule all of Grizzleheim. What do you have for me? What do you mean it's not for me? Foolish young cub, step a bit closer and I'll take it from you.
Nice. Right off the bat, we have to fight this guy. Yeah, you want to keep your deck as streamlined as possible. That's what I was saying before, Caleb. You only really want to have as few cards as you need, so you can always get the ones you do need. Yeah, I got so lazy at some point that I just didn't even split between the mob and the boss decks anymore, so I just kept like one deck with 9 cards, and then I would just discard the extra 2 I didn't use on bosses. But that's endgame stuff. You're gonna need your better gear before you can focus on that. Yeah, so I think after this dungeon area, we'll be done with Vigrid Roughland. Which will be exciting, because then we'll be halfway through Grizzleheim. Yeah, so I'll need to add 1 extra day to the schedule. Maybe I'll do it on Saturday or Sunday, where we finish Grizzleheim. And then that way Monday, we'll be right back to it. With Celestia Part 1. Let's see, what do we got? Alright, Sabotage Weapons Cache. I can't wait to get to Part 2. Although I'm kind of loathing the idea of having to solo
You used some tricks the
waterworks.
blacksmith taught you to weaken the metal of the weapons.
You tested it, it was cool. Oh, you got your damage test done? That's nice. Yeah, those are really helpful. They help out a lot in Arc 1. Because you would not otherwise have them. And even when you get to Celestia, which is where you unlock the regular card versions of those, you don't have monsters for a little while. Until you're actually like a decent amount into the world. So it still helps even then.
You have done well. If they use those weapons in battle, they will certainly be defeated. No one suspects your work yet, but you should remain careful.
Yes, you're doing, Aphrodite. I wish you good luck. Finding a good team for that is very difficult.
Going well, but we can do much more to weaken the Red Claw and ensure their defeat.
Like 80% of my Aphrodite runs are just a mess.
Go and speak to Gunnar Quickaxe once more and see what task he will put you to. Such an opportunity can be used against the Red Claw.
Like, we spend like 5 minutes discussing the strategy because nobody ever remembers the cheats, and then it just doesn't work anyways. Was asked to join by a random group? Interesting. It's very rare to actually be asked to join.
You again? Looking for more work, I gather. Very well. If you want to be useful, go and give this gift of fine golden arm rings to the boars that just joined the Red Claw. Their leader is named Scarsnout. He's not too bright and has a rash temper, so do not anger him. Give him the gold and he'll distribute it to his warriors. That should show the boars that we respect them and see them as our equals.
Gunnar gave you golden arm rings to give to Scarsnout,
They need people and you're about to do graveyard to try and get the hat
Those
one.
are fine
Oh, okay.
gifts, tokens of the highest respect.
And hopefully
They
we get
won't
the
see those arm
good ring.
rings, though.
Ulrich looks around and pulls out a small wooden bottle. It looks like something a child would drink from.
I found this earlier today. It's blueberry juice, a drink for cranky little cubs with upset stomachs. Give it to Scarsnout.
Wait, do you use them only one time? Yes. They are limited in quantity. Once you enchant your spell, that is it. If it fizzles, it will be sent back into your extra deck. So like, say I enchanted this and it fizzles, it would just be sent into here. But beyond that, I only have this many plus these. Hopefully get the ring yet. Yeah, I've only ever gotten like the critical ones, I think. So hopefully get the actual damage one. Yeah, that's why it gets very expensive. You have to buy them a lot, and then you have to buy more if you run out.
Scar's not happy to join Redclaw. Gunnar says he gives us gift to show respect. You bring gift?
You give the bottle of blueberry juice to Scarsnout. A look of confusion crosses his face, then anger.
What this? Blue juice for cranky Tommy? This drink for cob, not warrior. Gunnar insult us? He think boys are cranky cobs? Scarsnout send message back to Gunnar. He start by smashing you.
Can I? There we go. If Caleb 104 monsters, yeah, it should last a while. 100 is a lot, especially if you're skipping the side quests. It might be enough to last you to Dragonspire, but if you're doing the side quests too, I'd say you're probably gonna need to pick up more during Mushu. But by then, hopefully, you'll have an easier time getting them. Be right back. All right. Yeah, no problem. We are just making our way through this. Hope you have fun with whatever you're doing. Yeah, you're not going to be missing much though, so no problem at all. Alright, cool. It's weird how weak everything else in Grizzleheim is and then just randomly spikes in difficulty and even Scar. Like, this is the same difficulty as the very first area, basically. And then just randomly, we're gonna have 4 bosses with like 5,000 health all at once. It's insane. Yeah, this dungeon is very memorable because it's like one of the longest ones in the game, pretty much.
Good work. Now the boars think the Red Claw has no respect for them. They are still troublesome, but they won't be allies. Our work, I think, is almost at an end. We can risk one more act of sabotage, and it had better be for the greatest good.
I'm at a pretty weird area at this point where we're starting to get weird moments where we have to just load everything back in.
Go and see Gunnar Quickaxe and see what mischief he will set you to. Then return once more, and we will try to make good of it.
I think there is an option in the main menu to download everything at once, so I'm gonna have to try doing that after the stream is over, just to make it a little bit faster.
You there, young cub. How do the boys like their golden arm rings? I'll wager they were quite pleased. Did Scarsnout send word back? No oath of fealty? No promise of aid? That is troubling, but no great matter. The boys will likely show their gratitude in another way. If you want to be a member of the Red Claw, we have need of ruthless, cruel men who will not listen to the cries of weaklings. Go to the jail and speak to Olaf Ironchains. We've captured some villagers, and Olaf will need help breaking their spirit.
You just saw a dude wearing Zeus robes and boots level 100? The exalted kind or the actual level 30 kind? Because the exalted kind I could kind of get. They're still wearing the 30 ones, and yeah, that's always interesting to see people like that, wondering how they managed to get so far in the first place.
Gunnar wants you to go interrogate villagers, does he? Your choice is clear. Defeat Olaf Ironchains and set the villagers free.
Exalted Cinnamon. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Although even then, the exalted gear is pretty much useless. So yeah, it is interesting though, because that actually is the only source of the shadow item cards in the game. And they also are the other pieces of gear that actually give access to shadow damage.
Gonna send you
So
to
that's
help
interesting.
interrogate these weakling villagers? Good. I can use an assistant. Go and soften them up some. Put the fear into them. I'll follow it up with the hurt. Here's a key to their cell doors. Let me know if they talk.
Yeah, I really wanted the Zeus Exalted here to be good, because they do have those item cards, so that'd be really fun. Unfortunately, they're just not.
Doing? I'll get you.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's just how it is sometimes. Nice. Managed to get in without even the minion. Okay, one more. Okay, I believe this guy should be the second to last thing in this dungeon. I am pretty tired, so I'm not gonna lie. I am looking forward to being done with this portion of Grizzleheim, so I can get a good night's rest. So yeah. Beyond that, I do really like this guy's design. He has a really interesting leather aesthetic going on. He looks kind of like a blacksmith almost. What you'd associate with one, with his weird smock. Grizzleheim, especially after it got its like weird sort of half graphical update, does look really nice. Probably the nicest looking classic Wizard101 area, even including Dragonspire. Honestly, it's probably the one area they don't really need to graphically update. It has a sort of timeless art style to it, and I really appreciate that.
You did well. Olaf Ironchains was evil, and the prisoners are safely away from here now. Gunnar hasn't heard of our acts of sabotage yet, so you should go speak to him now, before he does. He'll surely let you in to see Ivar Anderson after all that you've done for him.
We'll also get our other bit of lore. That's the most exciting bit for me.
You there! I've heard some troubling news. Weapons destroyed, boars angry, and now escaped prisoners. You're not with us! Brothers of the Red Claw! Attack!
Of course, the minion joins late again. Oh wow, we're finally up to 1000 HP on a boss. We're finally ramping up there, huh? Nice. Yeah, I was waiting for the HP to spike up a little bit, so I'm glad to see it. Because I'm pretty sure this area is supposed to be like level 25, level 30. So it's weird seeing enemies still way weaker than the ones in Marleyboat, even. This fight is going to be a pain. Oh yeah, Aphrodite. Yeah, that fight's always a pain. You're over half dead already. That's actually pretty normal. In my experience, Aphrodite runs are very much a case of the last health point is the only one that actually matters. So, you should be able to finish it before that at least. If your pet would heal, that'd be nice. Yeah, but thankfully, you should still be able to do it as long as everyone knows the actual strategy.
I do not know who sent you, but
Oh,
you're
great.
not leaving
He's a
here
balance guy.
alive.
That's awful. Let's bring out Hydra for this. Man, I hate balanced enemies so much. Right back. Welcome back, Caleb. Hope you enjoyed or did well in whatever you were doing. Yes, welcome back. Glad to have you with us to see the end of Figured Rufflands, basically. You're also going to get to listen to the sweet lore in this book. Oh, your team is healing you? Perfect. Yeah, normally somebody is supposed to be, like, planned out for that if they do it at all, but actually, like, doesn't Aphrodite have a healing sheet? I'm pretty sure she does. Then again, I've always been in a situation where we always brute forced it, so I don't even know. We'd always end up, like, half dead, and then we'd end up killing, so it's never a big deal. You asked one of the guys and he said, oh. So you're going off of that. Interesting. Alright. And now, wait, not Power Lover, Lane Hydra. Where most of you guys at? You're dead. Okay. Oh wow, that's rough. Have you tried Pirate 101? It sticks. Yeah, were you trying to say it sucks? Oh, you lived. Which one is it? Did you live or did you die? Or did you get healed and go brought back? You lived with 62 HP? Oh, okay. Nice, you were just predicting it. Lucky. Yeah, so I did try Pirate 101. I actually did 3 streams of it as part of the 12 Days of the Spiral. Unfortunately, though, it just wasn't really my cup of tea. Felt a bit too slow for me. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think it's a nice novelty for what it is, but once the novelty wore off, it was just kind of a not as fun game as Wizard 101. I feel like the only real novelty to it even then was that it was sort of an anti-Wizard 101. So, once it sort of stopped referencing it and pointing out how stupid Wizard 101 is from like a writing perspective, it sort of stopped being interesting to me. Dude, come on. Please, just die. Alright, we'll balance split up. Yeah, I have to say the super big Art 101 fans, I feel definitely oversell it, but I don't think it's a bad game necessarily. I wouldn't go as far as saying it sucks. I feel like it's just something that I personally can't really get into. I feel like if I had more patience, or like if I had gotten into it first and got used to it, then maybe I would think it's like good. But as it is, in comparison to Wizard 101, I just don't really feel it sticks. Like, it just doesn't stick the same. And that is that. Nice.
Remove the Eye of Truth from your pouch and hold it up. The illusion upon the Thane falls away. His true identity is revealed.
It does not matter that you've seen my true face. We have the Thane. You cannot stop us.
You have defeated the impostor who betrayed the folk of Anders Holt. But where is the true Thane? Where is Ivar Anderson?
Good question. Can't give you a minute, you're fighting boss. Okay, you guys are still helping each other out? Yeah, he's in the middle of something very difficult right now.
Skill and power. Letters that are great. Letters that are strong.
Yeah, Aphrodite is pain.
Letters a mighty wizard first carved. He learned the letters of fate. Runes set forth across the world. Wise counsel for
Oh,
all
if it's a
to
dungeon?
seek.
Which one? Because... Oh, is it Newgate Prison? Is that the one? It might be. 3 fights? Yeah, there's something short before the main, like, finale area of Marleybone. That is right. Oh, counterweights? Oh, really? The counterweights. Okay, then you're in the final area of Marleybone, then. Yeah, because counterweights west and east are both dungeons, and then you go into Big Ben, which is the final dungeon of Marleybone. Yeah, so congrats, Caleb. You managed to beat Marleybone within the span of, like, this stream, I think. Or both streams. Very nice. Well, almost. You almost managed to do it. Go with Big Ben? Nice. I want to get around these guys. Please. There we go. Nice. Yeah, actually, if you can get lucky with team up with the counterweights west and east, then you'll also usually have people who will help you out with Big Ben. If you want to try for that too. Just make it a little bit faster. Because the counterweights are difficult, relatively speaking.
Did you meet with success? A foul raven was disguised as Ivar Anderson? That's grim news, indeed. That is why our Thane acted without honor and betrayed us. If he was a raven, then where is the real Ivar Anderson? You should go and give this news to Bjorn Ironclaws. He was a friend of Ivar's and will know what to do. Soon, thanks to you, we will be rid of the Red Claw.
Just got healed by one of your teammates for almost half and you're already almost dead. Yeah. Unfortunately, with Aphrodite, it's very much a death spiral. If you don't just attack, attack, attack. And that is actually part of it where you have to attack in order to prevent some of its cheats. I do think that actually is part of it. Weirdly enough.
Young Outlander, did you learn what troubled the village of Anders
Pixie
Holt?
is amazing. Yeah, for real.
Bjorn Ironclaws looks troubled, as you explain that Ivar Anderson was replaced by a raven trickster who betrayed the folk of Anders Holt.
You tell a dark tale, one I wish I had not heard. The king must know of this. I will tell him when we next hold council. Thank you for your help in this great matter. Your fame grows with every deed you accomplish. Soon you will be counted among Grizzleheim's mightiest heroes. In the time since we last spoke, the wolves are howling in anger at our king. They say they have proof the bears have sided with the Red Claw. They claim that they captured Ivar Anderson, Thane of Anders Holt.
I won't tank anymore because the storm is hit
now
within
I
kill.
know they have
Oof.
the real
Yeah,
Thane,
the tank spam
and
had
the
her.
one we
Yeah, okay.
knew was an imposter.
Interesting.
Now brave warriors ready themselves to assault the wolves, to rescue the Thane from their midst. Demonstrate your loyalty to our king by joining this assault and proving your valor in battle. Go and speak to Osric Grimbold, the leader of those warriors. He is surely in need of your aid.
I wish you the best of luck with that. But, on that note, we are done with this part of Grizzleheim. I need to get to bed soon. But it's been a very good stream. Thank you both for joining and chatting with me, and thank you to anyone who may have been lurking during this time. We're going to end Wizard101 here, but I do think I'm going to raid out into another stream. Another person who I follow, whose stream I would have joined otherwise. I didn't even realize they would start before I started streaming. So I want to watch their stream before I head off to bed, or at least whatever is left of it. So I am going to raid you out. Yes, thank you. Have a very good night, both of you. And good luck with Big Ben and the counterweights. In the meantime, I just need to grab her name. Yes, you both are very nice. And thank you for helping out Caleb, Forgotten Dark. That's very nice of you. In the meantime, I'll just rate them out. They're sort of a friend of the channel, I guess you could say. Anyways. That is not the correct name. Why not? It's no problem. Yeah. It's real cool of you. Is it case sensitive? Okay, there we go. Yeah, they are playing Pokemon Diamond. Yes, I am going, but I'm going to raid out into somebody who I generally watch. I want to catch their stream. If you're interested, you can join for it, or if not, you can just head off now. Either way, thank you for joining me, Caleb, and good luck with what you're doing. Yeah, it's been a very good night, and I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully, for Skyrim. We'll be playing more of that with the anime mods. So for now, very successful. We finished Barkingham Palace and the second part of Grizzleheim. So on that, yeah, thank you for Gotten Dark. I figured you would. Yeah. So on that note, have a very good night. Oh, everyone. Yes, and good luck with everything. You gonna try to join for Skyrim? Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun either way.